Hey y'all, today's recipe is air fryer breakfast pockets, so let's get into it. So you're going to need Owen's hot sausage, Velveeta, milk, eggs, and then you also need this egg for your seal, vegetable oil spray, black pepper, and salt. And then you're also going to need pie crust, parchment paper, and then you're also going to need Ziploc bags to store your breakfast pockets. Alright, so let's get started. First, what you want to do is go ahead and brown your sausage. So just put your sausage in the pan, go ahead and break it up like usual, and then you go ahead and let it cook until it's fully brown. You want your meat to be completely cooked for this recipe. Now what you can do is go ahead and start on your cheese while your meat is browning, but I'll show you how to prepare the cheese sauce in a minute. Okay, so our beef is almost done. We're going to set that to the side. So to prepare your cheese, you just need Velveeta. So I have this big block here, and I'm just going to cut a portion of it for the cheese sauce. So I'm going to get that amount. We're going to cut it in half. We'll use a little bit over half of that. Alright, so just cut it into little smaller pieces so it can make it easier for melting and it doesn't take as long. So you just want to cut it like so. Alright, and then we're going to get a little more. There we are. And we're good to go for the pot. Okay, so just place your cheese in the pot and then go ahead and pour about half of that milk in there. We're going to use the other half, or most of it, for the eggs. Alright, so get that sauteing or get it melting down, get it heated up, and then we'll go ahead and put the top on it and let it do its thing. Alright, and we come back and check on it and it's already melting down. We'll go ahead and give it a stir, and what we're going to do is go ahead and turn the heat off and let it sit until we're finished with everything else. Alright, and then just take it off the heat because you know cheese will burn. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and get our eggs ready. So we're going to season them with salt and also the black pepper. Alright, we're going to add a little milk because the milk adds a little more fluffiness into the eggs. You want some nice moist eggs for these breakfast pockets. And go ahead and give it a good whisk. And then we're going to get ready to add these into our pan and get them scrambled. Alright, pan is already hot, so we add our cooking spray and pour our eggs right in there. Okay, so this pan was pretty hot, so just scramble them around, just move the eggs around, and then went ahead and started to reduce the heat because I didn't need it, you know, this pan's already pretty hot. So now we can go ahead and turn the heat off because the eggs are pretty well done. Alright, we're not doing a hard scramble. We're doing a soft scramble so they can be nice and fluffy. And then we'll go ahead and add our meat back into the pot with our eggs. There we are. And then we're going to stir that together. And y'all see, this is plenty of eggs for this meat. It doesn't look like it, but it's plenty of eggs for this amount of meat. And here we are. We're going to go ahead and add our cheese sauce. And just mix that together. Okay. There we are. You see, it's nice and moist. Okay, so we'll go ahead and whisk our egg up for our seal. And then we're going to need this bowl to go ahead and cut our pastry dough. Okay, you just get you a nice, regular cereal bowl out of the cabinet for this. So the way that the pastry dough comes, you can get about one good circle of dough out of this crust. So what you want to do is go ahead and get your circle out of each of the crusts. You're going to get 2 packages. There are 4 individual crusts in each package. And you want to sit your dough to the side because we're not going to waste this dough, right? We're going to go ahead and use it. I'm showing you here that you can't get 2 circles out of there. You don't want to waste your dough. So what you want to do is go ahead and get your dough all together and press it down. And we're going to roll it out. And we're going to get some more pieces of dough out of this crust. Okay, so just form a ball and then press it. Just want to kind of smooth it a little bit and then go in with your rolling pin. I struggled a little bit at first because, I'm trying to do this on a cutting board and I didn't put a towel under my cutting board so it wouldn't move. But you get the gist of it. Just keep rolling it, be gentle with it because it's pretty thick, and just keep moving it back and forth until you have it flattened out pretty good. And then once we have it like this, we're going to be able to get 2 circles of dough out of the crust. So put it as close to the edge as possible here and press. And of course it's going to be a little bit thicker than the dough that was processed right by a machine, but that's okay. It cooks just fine. You don't have any issues. You just don't want to waste this dough, right? Okay, so just press, turn a little bit if you have to, and then go ahead and remove it, and then lift your dough from around your circle. Now I tried it with lifting my dough from around my bowl, and it kind of snagged a little bit, wasn't as clean around the edges. So the preferred method is to remove your dough from around your circle after you pressed it. All right, there we are. All right, so we have all our pieces of dough ready to go, and we're going to get ready to go ahead and stuff them. So you just want to get a couple of tablespoons of the mixture and add it into the center of your pie dough circle. Okay, and then after that, we're going to spread the seal around the inside of the pocket. And y'all, this crust is so nice and flaky. That's why we use these pie crusts for this recipe. They hold up well in the air fryer, but they're still nice and flaky to create this pocket. All right, so once we have that seal in there, you want to go ahead and fold your dough over and kind of press your mixture into the edges of the pocket as you go, just so you kind of fill it up. Don't get it too close to the edge. You can kind of see where it ends here. And then go ahead and take a fork, and you want to go ahead and crimp the edges, just like so. And you can crimp the other side as well. You really only need to crimp one side. Okay, and so we're going to put the egg wash around the edge. You can just use a spoon. If you want to use a brush or something like that to do that, that's fine. Or, you don't have to use as much. I just want to make sure that my pockets didn't open, especially since we're going to go ahead and freeze them. I didn't want them to risk them busting open. Okay, so we have all of our pockets ready to go. You just sit them on parchment paper as you go. So I'm showing you how we just arrange them. You fold them over. You can fit about 2 pockets at a time, and then we're going to stack them on top of each other, and we're going to put them in a Ziploc bag, and we're going to put them in the freezer overnight. Or you can just leave them in the freezer until you're ready to cook them, and just take them out however many you need at a time, and go ahead and cook them. Makes for a really quick breakfast in the morning. It only takes 15 minutes to cook these breakfast pockets. Okay, so we have all the pockets in our Ziploc bag, so we're just going to take it and just slide it in there. This Ziploc bag is big enough for all of these pockets. All right, and then go ahead and make sure that you seal it. All right, like I said, store them in the freezer overnight or until you're ready to cook them. There we go. All right, so these have already been frozen, so we're going to get ready to go ahead and cook them. So I'm taking them out, and I'm going to go ahead and cook 4 of them, 2 at a time. So let me show you how easy it is. These were straight out of the freezer. I didn't really give them that much time to sit, so they would be a little looser. But as you can see, they just kind of pop off the paper. The only thing that makes them a little bit stickier is how much egg wash that I used. Okay, there's our 4. So I'm going to put 2 to the side, and then go ahead and spray these 2 with cooking spray. You want to spray them on both sides because, like we said, we're making these in the air fryer, and the air fryer needs a little bit of oil. Okay, so that's sprayed. So we're going to go ahead and put them in our air fryer basket. It's already been preheated. I just set it over here on the counter so you can actually see how they fit into the basket. There we are. Okay, so go ahead and put them in your air fryer. Cook them for 15 minutes. You don't need to flip them or anything unless maybe you have a different type of air fryer that requires something different. And this 15 minutes later, they're nice golden brown, ready to go. They're a little bit darker around the edges because keep in mind the egg wash. Okay, so you just place them on a plate. You want to go ahead and let them cool just for a few minutes because they get pretty hot inside of the air fryer. Okay, here's a little close-up of the breakfast pocket. Okay, so I'm going to cut it in half so y'all can see the inside. Look at that flaky crust and look how nice and moist it is on the inside. Okay, so I like to have my air fryer breakfast pockets with syrup for dipping. So place a little bit of syrup on that plate, grab something nice and cool to drink, and you're good to go. As always, we hope that you enjoyed this recipe. Please like this video, subscribe to our channel, and we'll definitely catch you next time.